How do I experience my relationship with my soul?
By listening to this silent voice within me.
That's how I do it. I go into the nature and just feel all of me.
She loves to play with me with songs.
What I experience is a co-creation with my soul.
If the soul wasn't the creator, then I as a human would never exist.
If we're going together, it's always fun and it feels really good.
I experience it as profound love and acceptance.
I sit in my human's body like warmth.
It is this warm presence that you can enjoy.
It's the purest form of love that I've ever known.
So, how do I experience my relationship with my soul? I would say for my human part, it's the place where all is well and where I can truly relax and really feel me, which is funny because the me is actually not the human. So even already the human parts recognize that soul is me. And so it's this very place where I can just relax and breathe, but at the same time it's just bursting with joy and excitement, and it feels like we just want to feel and experience, and where everything gets more sensual. So like as the soul, I so enjoy the human senses, just the smell and the touch and the feeling of the wind, and just to touch, the plants and everything. So I love the human senses. And for my human part, it's like there's other senses than the human senses that just make sense and feel right and feel really comfortable and joyful. And then there's so many human parts, like even though it feels so good, still pull me into stories and other things. But just a deep breath, and Flo knows I'm here, like I'm never gone. So, and she knows, and we connect more and more. It gets easier for her to connect with me more and more. And I mean, we created quite a good place to be. So yeah, excited to enjoy this together and play and just be, just the joy of being. Like for all of us, it's amazing. Yeah, so it's a good relationship, which is growing, and it's just a beautiful journey to watch it unfold for like all parts of me. So thank you.
In looking at the relationship with the soul, from the human perspective, I experience it as profound love and acceptance. No agendas, no judgments, no expectations. And these attributes have seeped into the human mind and body and have changed the way that I interact with other people and view the world. I used to sometimes feel the presence of the soul, but now with the integration of the soul into the body, she is never absent. I primarily identify as the soul, and the human as the way the soul participates in this physical plane. Compared to the mind, the soul has access to more information and is aware of a broader picture in both space and time. And the ego now recognizes this some of the time. We do operate in a physical plane, and the body can have its own agendas. The feeling is of being home, of finally getting to just be me. I have become my own best friend.
If the soul wasn't here for me, if the soul wasn't the creator, then I as a human would never exist. So taking that in mind, I would always say that I'm always experiencing the soul. But sometimes I may be really dopey and not really aware that my soul's trying to communicate to me and trying to lead me in a certain direction, to bring something more joyous into my experience. So definitely, whatever it is, I would always say that to some extent, I'm always in the experiencing my soul. So I do feel that my soul does come more into my experiences just by being in the moment. And I do have more, as I do breathe, I do feel more of my soul like a softer presence, a more energetic presence, more in my head, my neck area, shoulder area. And I do feel it in my feet. And if I do actually meditate and I do follow through, and if I can relax enough with it, then it does start to come into a softer feeling of energy through my body. But definitely the best time for me is just, when I'm tired, I'm going to bed. When I'm actually relaxing in bed, still haven't fallen asleep, I do feel a stronger presence at that moment, again, being that I am more relaxed. So to me, my soul is very, it is an energetic feeling, but the best part that I would really say is just as I'm progressing here, as I'm allowing more of my soul to be in my human experience, the experience that I have, or letting that lead for what I am as a human, it seems to be that I feel more joy in my life, and that joy just gets stronger. It's more of just a happiness. I feel more happy. I still have challenging circumstances, not to say that I won't always, to some extent, but I do have more circumstances where I just feel more pleased with my life and the direction it's taken, more contentness. And with that in mind, I do have a very quiet life where that does allow me to have my own experience versus getting caught up in other people's energies or just the energies of the world. So those are probably the things that I'd like to say. I see that I'm going on here a bit rambling, so my soul's kind of saying, finish it up here. And so this is it. This is, again, it's a wonderful experience. Even as I'm speaking here, I do feel a little bit more energy flowing through me because of where my focus is right now. So again, thank you. And, so again, it's a fun thing. And the more I find fun in it, the more better I feel. So thank you.
Hi. How do I experience relationship with my soul? I do it in all kinds of way, by letting go the controlling mind, by allowing senses to play the first plan. I experience my soul by listening to this silent voice within me. I also experience my soul with my love for life, for the nature, and for humanity. Sometimes I feel as if my heart would explode. So much love is coming through me. I experience my soul with my own reflections, with me coming to me within other people and experiences. I also experience my relationship with my soul while seeing beauty, while breathing, being in my own stillness, being in nature.
It's like I'm living with my best friend and somebody who keeps pushing me outside of my comfort zone and keeps me to try new things and keeps telling me to get out of the way. So it's also been a little bit like getting fired from your life, which is good because the no longer being responsible for your life, if you just trust the soul part, is really good for my lazy human. It's not so good for the parts that want to stay in control. My favorite part is when we're just going on adventures together and we call that float days, like we're going floating or butterflying. We're butterflying through life, and sometimes we go on a walk or we go to a restaurant or we go to the beach or whatever we're going to do. If we're going together, it's always fun and it feels really good. And I like that part the most. What I definitely don't like the most is that the more allowing of the soul, the more allowing of consciousness, the more parts feel safe to come home and come up. And more sensitivity, which was a challenge in the beginning. So I remember that once upon a time I was a pretty happy human, very clueless and unconscious, but happy. And these days, when I go unconscious for too long, or go for the mind too long, or get plugged into somebody else's story, or watch the news and it affects me, I feel really, really awful, really, really fast. So it's an absolutely delicious experience. But it also doesn't really feel like I have a choice anymore if I want to be with the soul or not. Like if we're all together, it feels really good. If it's not, it feels like torture. But I wouldn't have it any other way, not for anything.
Dear soul, what would you like to tell others about our relationship? I sit in my human's body like warmth, like love, like truth. He knows when I'm here because the mind quiets, anxiety goes away. Sometimes there's still fear of the unknown. But even if there's fear or trepidation, there's always warmth and relief also. To my human, I represent something that isn't known to the programmed human, to the identity, to this reality. And that can be terrifying and overwhelming at times. But with my love, nothing is too overwhelming. So it's not an issue. And it's my utmost joy to experience life with my human. And all of its colors and variations. All the possible experiences that a human can have. It's my depth of love for humanity and my passion for being on this planet at this time that makes it worth it to me to let a part of me that I call my human ego be programmed by this reality. But it's also that passion and that love that represents freedom from that programming for both me and the part of me that is here. So, yeah, our relationship is new, it's strange, and in some ways it's only just beginning.
The human-soul relationship. The first thing that comes to mind is that without the presence of the soul and the relationship with the soul, life would be actually quite boring, because we would be just in the coordinates of a 3D world, which is not very interesting anymore. And sometimes it's even scary, but nevertheless, with the soul, we can feel that the world is vast. There are other dimensions inside and around us. So through soul, it is possible to achieve. The other part that is very, very rewarding in a connection with relation and the presence of the soul is love, because it is a loving relationship and it feels good. It is this warm presence that you can enjoy drinking your early morning coffee, for example. But this is also a presence that can show you how to express yourself or how to create in life. So for me it is interesting because I paint, and when I paint, it is always painting from the soul part. The human is here for to give us a hand, yeah, literally. But everything else comes from the soul, and here I have no doubts, never. I trust completely what she wants and how she wants to express itself. And then when I look at the painting, it gives me joy because there is this presence in them, not only me, but also other people can feel, because the energies are universal.
How do I experience my soul? Well, I go into the nature. That's how I do it. See, this is somewhere on top of some volcano somewhere in Hawaii. See, I'll show you around a little bit. Okay. Oh wait, see, that's beautiful. It's Mauna Kea there. Yeah, so that's how I do it. I go within my own creation. Yeah, that's where I experience myself. And once you're there, you just realize, wow, I created all this. I am the soul. And yeah, then you just stand there in awe. Like that, you see? Like that. Just majestic. And oh yeah, another way. How do you know you're in your soul, being the soul, experiencing yourself, is when your shirt is upside down. See, my shirt is upside down. I was supposed to go salsa dancing, but yeah, some voice within was like, well, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go turn left and go on the top of the volcano. I was like, okay, all right, I guess that's what we're gonna do. And I listened to the feeling, and I went on the top, and then yeah, see, I don't even have words. Basically, your mind can never script it. I wasn't planning to be here, but it's perfect. And oh yeah, and then the voice goes, and now we tape how we're experiencing the soul. I was like, oh, now it makes sense why I have this shirt upside down, but that's okay. See, and just feeling myself. See, there you go. That's how I do it. I go into the nature and just feel all of me, and then that perfect reflection of me, and looking at the sun.
I feel that my reality, what I experience, is a co-creation with my soul, the human and the soul. I'd like to share an experience I had early this fall. We had a couple of beautiful days, and my soul said, let's go somewhere. I mean, not in words, but kind of I'm looking out the window and we're having beautiful weather, so it made me feel I want to go out. So what I did was look up my Google app and found a place that was relatively close. It was nice, we can see the mountains, but it was more of a touristy place. So my soul said, let's go somewhere else. Of course, not in words. So we went to a lake on the way back home. And the lake was really beautiful. When I was driving around it, I can feel the energies, the beautiful energies, and my soul feeling it too. So my soul invited me to get off the car and just sit by the beautiful lake. And it was really exciting. I mean, not a jumpy exciting, but something that comes from within that makes me feel the soul is enjoying this part too. And a week later, my soul said, let's stay a night there where we went, the lake. So I found a camping place and we just stayed there overnight. I didn't actually camp, but bought some food and stayed there for a night. And we went out kayaking on the lake, and my soul just enjoyed it. Just so still, so silent, but very joyful. So that's how I co-create with my soul and experience it.
Hi, I'm Califia, and I'm going to explain to you how I experience my soul. And I'm going to explain how the relationship between my soul and my human. My human set up boundaries, say about 25 years ago, on what was acceptable to Califia. My first requirement is that you love yourself. The second requirement is that I can depend upon you keeping your word. Your word was your bond. These are qualities that I admire and respect. My soul has that, but she came in, she's trustworthy. She loves herself. But the thing that I guess I say within the last, it's been about 15 years. Really becoming clear on my soul isn't judging me. God is not judging me. So I experience my soul as unconditional love. That's the relationship with the human and my soul. My soul basically shows me unconditional love. No judgments, no expectations. It's the purest form of love that I've ever known. That's my soul.
Music is very special for my soul and I. We love it so much that most of the times we cry listening to beautiful songs. And of course we cannot do that in public. We cannot listen to some songs while we are in public because we always cry when that song comes up. My soul, loves to play with me with songs. Early on, there were times when I would try to breathe so intently, like breathing and allowing, and I would like think, okay, who am I allowing at this moment? My soul or my eternal self or old soul? So I would focus very intently and cannot decide. So that night I went to sleep, and then when I woke up the next morning, the first thing I noticed was this song playing in my head, and the lyric says, "And when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one." You know that song, right? And yeah, I understood. There's no need to think about who am I allowing or anything like that. No, don't be too serious. Just live. Enjoy each moment.